Welcome back to my channel, Cord Cutting in Sports. This video is just going to be a brief summary of some new information and or some things that have changed since the season started a couple weeks ago. Alright, so here's a brief summary of some of the things that have either changed or been confirmed since the season started. First, ABC games are still available to watch for free, either via ESPN3 or via subscription to ESPN Plus. The reason that this was important or possibly in question is because with the new ESPN direct-to-consumer service, ESPN Unlimited, we weren't sure if ESPN on ABC games were now going to be reserved exclusively for those with access to that service. Okay, but that is not the case. So if you basically now for any ABC games, you're going to see three separate listings, like to click on or to watch. There's the regular ESPN on ABC listing, which that's actually new. There's the ESPN3 listing and also the ESPN Plus listing. All right, so I just want to mention that. Next thing is that Fubo finally released their sports plan. Basically, plan comprised of complete sports channels plus a couple news channels. At $56 a month. I think it should be now live in most markets, although the initial date came out, it was only a handful of markets. I'm going to have more on that in a little bit later in the video. Another thing is someone reported last week that they were able to watch some of the CW games in the app for free because, I mean, everything in that app streams for free. There's no like login or authentication. However, that was not the case for me. I could not see, by the time I saw this, I checked it Saturday night. I did not see the Washington State game listed there at all. I don't see anything listed now when I check in the live and upcoming. I'm only checking on the mobile app. I haven't checked on apps for any other connected devices. So I'll check again this weekend, but that has not been the case for me. And lastly, if you're interested in downloading or saving replays of events from any ESPN channels or ESPN3 or ESPN Plus, this is now possible again. So you have to use a newer program, N_M3U8DL-RE. There's a bunch of other tools you have to download as well because the videos are encrypted, and you have to get the key, basically the encryption key, in order to essentially convert and decrypt the videos so that they will play for you properly. So again, I'll talk about this a little bit later on. All right, so first, Fubo Sports, $56 a month. It carries all the channels that you see there on your screen. Basically, it's just missing NBC and the CW, which are two over-the-air channels, and TNT. So if you can get NBC and CW via an antenna, then really you're only missing TNT. As far as I know, the DVR options and the number of streams and all that stuff is basically the same as the other, Fubo plans that they have, Pro and Elite and so on. So it also does carry some over-the-air sports networks in some markets. I mean, I guess they're not really regional sports networks, they're more like local sports networks. So I don't know if you're in one of those markets, if there is an extra fee of some sort. The market that I'm in, it does not carry any of those, so therefore there's no extra fee. It's just, the flat $56. So this is a great option for those who can, receive NBC, or if you have a subscription to Peacock, and or can receive, like I said, the CW via antenna. And the other thing is that even though it is, say, more expensive than the combination of the ESPN Unlimited service and the Fox One service, it still comes with a full service DVR. That's the one thing that the ESPN Unlimited service appears to be lacking, which is that you can't like record or add specific programs to a DVR, to a My Stuff area to watch later. Replays of a lot of college games, virtually all college games, are up there, but in the past they've only been for 28 days. So we're going to have to see how long they stay up there for now. And like some things, for example, Monday Night Football, there's no replay available for it. So you either have to watch it live, or the ESPN app, the ESPN Unlimited service doesn't do anything for you. I mean, you can't rewatch it. Same thing with the U.S. Open men's final. For some reason, it is not available to watch on the service, except there's a replay in Spanish via ESPN Deportes. So this is one area where, say, going with Fubo, even though it's a bit more expensive, um, might be more preferable or be a better option. And of course, it's cheaper than DirecTV Stream as well. It's basically like right at the price point directly in the middle of them, where you have, ESPN Unlimited and Fox One will be $40 a month starting in October after the discount. And then on the other end, you have DirecTV Stream My Sports. Sorry, it should be DirecTV. Get rid of the stream there. DirecTV My Sports, which is $70 a month. Again, these are the regular, that's non-discounted prices. And so $56, is right in the middle between them. But of course, like I said, you have trade-offs, right? So there's no CW, there's no NBC, and there's no TNT. But if you can live with that, then it's not a bad package at all. I mean, this is what I'm currently using as soon as it became available, in my area. So I'm currently with Fubo Sports. We'll see how it goes. I will mention just two quick things that I do not like about it, and this is not specific to Fubo Sports. This is specific to the Fubo interface and the Fubo setup. The first is that if you're watching something, when you go to fast forward, right, like to move ahead 15 seconds or whatever, on some other services like YouTube TV, you click the button and it's like almost instantaneous that it jumps ahead to the next thing. It's not the case on Fubo. So it's like you click the button and it's almost a full second before the little spinning, thing happens and then it jumps ahead. So that's a little bit annoying. Again, it's very, very minor, minor characteristic of it that might not affect you if you're not using it to fast forward or say rewind things a lot. The other thing is that if you want to say watch it, say you're watching a live event and then you want to pause it and then come back to it later. So in YouTube TV, or at least most other services that I've used, from the home screen, there's an option where you could say like select the event and it'll give you a choice to like watch live, or resume from last watch. And that should send you to where you paused it, where you stopped watching. But in Fubo, what you have to do is you have to go to the My Stuff, essentially the DVR area. Then you have to select the specific event from in there, and only then can you continue watching the event. If you click on the event from just the main home screen, it'll automatically go live. It won't go back to where you were last watching. So that's another thing to be aware of, that it's just a little bit annoying, but not really that much of a big deal. All right, so just briefly, when it comes to downloading and saving ESPN, ESPN3, and ESPN Plus games, I put out a video, let's see, when was that? Maybe almost 2 weeks ago now, showing how it can be done again after ESPN basically encrypted all their streams sometime back in the spring. You need a bunch of different tools. They're listed there on the screen. If you want to see the full video, again, it's on my channel. You can search for that title of it right there that's on the screen, or there'll be a link in the description or the pinned comment on the video below. But it is working. I downloaded numerous ESPN Plus events from the first 2 weeks of the season so far. All right, so that's it for this video. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below. Of course, you can always reach out to me via email. Otherwise, hope you're enjoying the college football season as much as I am so far.